Paydirt Sports Talk is on the air on ESPN Radio 1450. Join the show now at 782-1945 or email psdradio@gmail.com. Now your host for Paydirt Sports Talk, Brandon Phillips.
Now, can we just depart from high school and Little League for just 1 second?
You're the boss.
Okay, Brett Favre has just taken the stage. I guess he needs the money because he looks absolutely horrible.
He does.
Can he not afford a better hat than what he's got? It looks like he just ran a marathon and walked into the studio.
This right here is the epitome of why I think people are just really turned off by him, because he tries to play the all shucks factor. And it used to be a very believable factor, country boy from Mississippi doing all these things, all shucks, like to hunt and hang out with my dogs and my Wranglers, and that's great. I mean, that's most of the people we hang out with, that's who I know, that's who I relate to, but I just don't buy it anymore. I mean, to come to the press conference in a sleeveless shirt with a worn-out golf hat trying to be all shucks guy, it's just beyond me. And I actually posed the question on Facebook today for the people that follow me on Facebook and just said, is this something that we laugh about, or is it something to actually be upset about? And let's take out the people who are emotionally attached, i.e. Minnesota fans and Green Bay fans. And, it was kind of mixed, and I kind of thought, let's laugh about it. It is what it is. But it nauseates me. I really cannot stand to see him up here doing this.
You're passionate about this, but I don't think he spells team, T-E-A-M. I think he spells it with a capital I, and that's the end of it.
What does he have to gain is the question. I mean,
why not just do it at the beginning of the season? Go through camp like everybody else and quit doing this.
It's so much bigger than that, though, Doug. I mean, you have accomplished everything that you can as an NFL player. You've won a Super Bowl. You've been to Pro Bowls. You have money. You have fame.
I understand. He loves the game of football. He wants to play football.
Go
play
coach
football.
high school. Go coach high school.
Play football.
Go play, or whatever. But for anyone who would argue that this does nothing to, let me back up. If you were a Green Bay fan who is upset by this, and obviously they all are, if you were to argue, and I've heard the point made, get over it. Look what the guy did for you. Move on. It's not. And for him to think this does not tarnish his legacy is beyond me. And what he'll say is he doesn't care, but he does. But you start to wonder, does he? I mean, if you really cared, why would you do this? And why it bothers me.
Brandon,
it doesn't take mashed potatoes off my plate.
But would it bother you if the guy said, I'm going to play football. As long as the team wants me, I'm going to play. I'm going to do what they want me to do. I'll show up for camp. I'll do everything they want to. But that's not what he does. He comes in, he goes out, he changes his mind. He's not consistent. I'm retiring. I'm not retiring. And you know what? His level of play at the Jets was, quite frankly, pretty pathetic.
Well, it was late in the year. I mean, they had a lot of success. At one point, they were 8-3. They were the first team to beat the Titans, and people were talking Super Bowl. And whether it was injuries or what have you, the team went downhill towards the end of the season. But I agree with your point that the way he handles things, you could take issue with. To me, it's just the bigger picture. It's, why are you doing this? You should have ended your career in a Green Bay uniform. He's not. Doug, I'll tell you right now, Chris, mark it down, tweet it, space it, book it. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. Yeah, in-sync it, back sync it, in-street it, whatever you need to do. They are not going to win a Super Bowl. So what's the point?
Do you realize the first time that he said that he was going to go to Minneapolis, or Minnesota, that they sold more season tickets than they've ever done before? And then he wasn't going to go to Minnesota. But, I mean, the guy certainly can impact the market and generate, bottoms and seats. He's done that. Mm-hmm. But my point is, it's
a pride thing to me, Doug. It just really is. I just think you should have a little more pride than that. Your reputation should mean more to you than that. To an extent, you can't make everyone happy all the time, and I appreciate that fact. But it was one thing to do what he did and work his way into New York. It's a total another thing to do it again with Minnesota in the manner that he's done it, which you've already addressed. And it's pointless. It's truly pointless. I wish him nothing but the worst. I'm sorry for Minnesota fans.